you or your kid is on an antibiotic for acne, I'm telling you, this is one of the stupidest, capital S, stupidest strategies for dealing with acne. Not only is it ineffective, except you may get some short-term results. This is why dermatologists like using antibiotics for acne, is because you get some short-term results sometimes, because a lot of antibiotics are anti-inflammatory, so you get some anti-inflammatory benefits. But in the long term, you're going to rag on your digestive system, you're going to kill your good bacteria in your gut, and that's going to make your acne worse. Nobody should be on an antibiotic for more than 2 weeks at a time anyway. And there's so many people who are stuck on tetracycline for years and erythromycin. Still, after all these years, tetracycline and erythromycin are still, or derivatives, are still the go-to antibiotics of choice, because there's nothing any better from a top internal standpoint in terms of drugs. There's Accutane, of course, but we don't need to go into the endless amount of toxicity that's associated with that one. So vitamin A, for so many different reasons, including acne, internally as well as topically. Vitamin E can be used for sun protection and can accelerate healing, as we said. Vitamin D is important for healing, and this is both internally and topically. Vitamin D can be important for eczema and psoriasis. And vitamin K, one of the little-known benefits of vitamin K is it speeds up healing, especially for bruises. If you're bruising readily, and this happens to older folks, if you're bruising readily, the odds are pretty good that you're deficient in vitamin K. Vitamin K is made by gut bacteria, and of course we know as we get older, gut bacteria and the digestive health in general starts to break down. So vitamin K deficiency is pretty likely in older folks, and that's one of the reasons why they'll bruise. There's other reasons too, but if you're bruising regularly, that's not a good thing. If you're bruising regularly, what that really means is your body the blood vessels are breaking down, which means your collagen is breaking down, which means you're turning into a puddle. You're dissolving. Literally dissolving. I'm melting, like the Wicked Witch of the West. I'm melting. That's what happens when we get older. And bruising, especially dramatic bruising, is a big, big, big time sign of dissolution of the body. As far as EFAs go, you can use them topically too. You can use them internally or topically. You can pinch open a capsule and put it right on your skin. Or you can use them right out of a Udo's blend bottle, liquid EFAs. They work best with a little vitamin E. Make sure there's some vitamin E in your essential fatty acid supplement always. Vitamin E helps stabilize and protect essential fats. That's true internally as well as topically. And there's a really neat essential fatty acid called GLA, gamma-linolenic acid. Really, really important EFA. It's hard to find. We'll talk about here. We'll probably get to talking about GLA tomorrow, because there's so many things, so many reasons why GLA is important. You never hear anybody talking about GLA. We've talked about it on this program, of course, but I don't hear a lot of folks talking about GLA, gamma-linolenic acid. GLA is a type of omega-6 fatty acid. It's not essential. Your body can make it from omega-6s, but not a lot of it. So it's a good idea to make sure that your EFA has some GLA in it. Borage oil is your best source of GLA. You'll get some in evening primrose too. I think the ultimate EFA, I'll have to look into that during our break. I think the ultimate EFA is they actually put some GLA in there, or at least in the evening primrose there's some GLA. If you're having problems with your periods, if you're a woman, have PMS issues, GLA can be especially helpful. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, we're back on The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you got questions about the longevity products, formulations, ingredients, skin health issues, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you. 844-236-6010 is our number. Hang tight. We'll get to you in just a moment. And we do have a line open, by the way. So I did a little research here. The ultimate EFAs, or the EFA Plus, I should say, does have a 19 milligrams of GLA in it. You'll get a smaller amount. You get about 4 milligrams of GLA. Actually, let's see here. Yeah, 4 milligrams of GLA in the just the plain old product, the ultimate EFA. So the EFA Plus gets you more GLA. The EFA Plus is probably a better product, as would be implied by the name Plus. It's got more essential fatty acids, total essential fatty acids in it than the plain ultimate EFA. And you do get the GLA, which is always a good thing. And let's see what else here. You will get a little bit more of the omega-3s in the plain old ultimate EFA. I'd go with EFA Plus personally if I had a choice, especially because of the GLA content. We'll talk a lot about GLA here in the coming days. As I say, if you're dealing with menstrual issues, PMS issues, problem periods for women, or joint inflammation, there's a lot of good literature on GLA for rheumatoid and osteoarthritis. Essential fats are very important in general for helping with folks dealing with arthritis. They're so anti-inflammatory. Essential fats are ridiculously important. Essential meaning you got to get them in the diet or you're in big trouble, and most people do not get anywhere near the EFAs that they need. If you're dealing with dermatitis issues, eczema issues, psoriasis, acne, autoimmune disease, if you're dealing with any kind of inflammatory issue, especially skin inflammation, think essential fatty acids, reading from the journal Clinics in Dermatology, 2010. Essential fatty acids show promise as safe adjunctive treatments for many skin disorders. And that's a medical journal talking about essential fatty acids. All right, we're going to talk about EFAs, continue talking about EFAs. Tomorrow we'll talk about dietary fats in general. A lot of confusion around fats, and we'll clear some of that up. We'll talk about the 3 main categories of dietary fats. We'll do that tomorrow on the bright side. Time to hit our phones. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Judy in New Hampshire. What's going on? Welcome to the bright side, Judy.
Hi, Ben. I really enjoy your show.
Thank you. What's going on?
And yours, by the way, health advice is the only advice that I follow and trust.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Have you treated anything or reversed anything? Any good success stories?
Well, I've been in excellent health. I have not had any issues. My skin has always been really great, but about 3 weeks ago, I started having a dermographic skin condition, which I'd had when I was quite a bit younger.
Okay.
And it's just gotten much worse, and it's driving me crazy. I hope you can help me.
Yeah, it's a kind of dermographic skin is kind of an interesting issue. Can you sign your name in red on your skin?
Yeah, pretty much.
A lot of Judy, most people don't know what that is. Dermographic skin. It's kind of curious. You can actually write your name on your skin in red inflammation. That's how sensitive your skin is when you have this condition. Dermographic means writing on the skin. And in other words, what's happening is your skin is so inflamed and so sensitive that as soon as you touch it, basically, a red spot arises. Is that correct? Did I explain that,
Exactly.
Judy?
Yep.
Okay, so that's a sign that your skin is jumpy. It's hyper. It's freaked out. Did you ever have a baby, Judy, or your mom?
I am a mom, but my children are grown up.
Okay, well, you had a baby then. And when your baby was crying, right, what did you do? What's the first instinct you had as a mother? What'd you do for your baby? You went up and nurtured the baby.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? And you asked, if there was something in the room that was freaking the baby out, you removed it. If something the baby needed, you gave it to him. You rocked the baby. You nurtured the baby. You loved the baby. Well, guess what, Judy? Your body is your baby, and your baby is crying. Your skin specifically. It's freaked out. It's so freaked out that as soon as you touch it, it inflames. As soon as you touch it, you've got a red spot. Now, as we said so many times in this program, and I'll say it again because it's just so important, and repetition is reinforcement. I don't care how many times I say it. Nobody just has a skin disease. And I could say that a million times and it wouldn't be enough. Nobody just has a skin health issue. A skin health issue isn't even a problem. It's a sign of a problem. It's a symptom of a problem. Your problem is your immune system is jumpy. Your immune system is your defensive system. Your defensive system is on red alert, DEFCON 5, or whatever they say. I don't even know what it is. But you know what I'm talking about? It's on high alert, red alert. It's sensitized. Now, how is your immune system being sensitized? Well, something's getting into your body, specifically into your blood. Are you shooting up heroin or crack in the back alleys there, Judy?
No.
No? Okay. So how is something going to get into your blood?
Probably through my digestive tract.
Probably, I would say. I would say. So, Judy, I'm not with you there, so I'm not watching you eat. I'm not, watching your how you're eliminating your food, but these are all indicators for you. Mm-hmm. You got to go by how your digestive system is working. That includes constipation and loose stools and cramping and bloating and discomfort. And if you're not sure, you can't find them or you don't think you have them, find them. Nobody has dermographic skin issues without also having a digestive problem. Bottom line, 100%. Take that to the bank. You understand what I'm saying, ma'am? Okay. Now, if you have dermographic skin and you had it when you were a kid, as you said, then you must have a history that way. Okay,
Yeah.
and if you so you can do a food diary and start eliminating problem foods, and then while you're waiting for that to kick in, you'll probably notice some problem foods right away. You probably know you have some problem foods. You can start to build up the digestive system. Get on the Biolumin Nightly Essence right away. Do big old dose, anywhere from 80 to 100 billion units a day. Make sure you're eating fermented foods. These are all in the interest of reestablishing gut health. Then you're going to also want to use digestive enzymes after all your meals, the ultimate enzymes. Make sure you're swigging on a little apple cider vinegar. You know the drill. You want to do the Fucoid Z. That can be very helpful. Bone soup, if you're not a vegetarian. Make sure it's from a good, clean bird. No antibiotics or hormones. All the digestive strategies. Now, listen. If you went to a dermatologist, if you went to anybody who did not understand the internal nature of dermographic skin issue, the internal causes of dermographic skin issue, what are you going to do? What possible solution could you have for dealing with this problem? None. Zippo. There's no solution unless you're working inside. And the way you work inside is through the digestive system. The good news is you can reverse this thing within 2 or 3 days, even less. In fact, if you want to reverse it super quickly, fast for a couple of days. And you'll notice that you're improving. You'll notice you're improving in 2 days. More improvement than any dermatologist could ever give you. You're doing it yourself. Not only is it not costing you anything, you're actually saving money because you're not going to eat for a couple days. And by the way, I'm neglected to mention the Jordan Rubin products for anybody working on digestive health, using the Suero V and the Amosai, which do have a lot of sugar in them, although I think there's an Amosai that doesn't have sugar in it, but most people don't like to drink that. But aside from the sweeteners, the probiotic content of both of those products is off the charts. And also the probiotic cheese, which is not only good for your digestive system, but it's also super delicious. All right, Judy, you good?
Thank you so much.
Hey, you know what else? One last thing. Let me throw in one last thing. I would be doing some high doses of vitamin C, ascorbic acid. You get that in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Thanks, Judy. Thank you for the kind words. Have a beautiful day. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. All right. Hang tight if you're on hold. We'll get you when we come back. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll take a little break and come back with your phone calls and more good health information on The Bright Side right after this. We are back on The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, if you got questions about essential fatty acids in the skin, talking about EFAs, we'll be talking about them for the next few days at least. Here's something cool about essential fatty acids. They actually will turn on the production of your own natural marijuana. Yes, cannabinoids, endocannabinoids they're called. Endo meaning inside, cannabinoids meaning they're compounds that are found in the cannabis plant, marijuana plant. Now, keep in mind, I'm not ever going to recommend or suggest or tell you it's a good thing to smoke anything. That having been said, there's a lot of medicinal things that you can get, medicinal components in marijuana. One of the reasons why marijuana, or the cannabinoids, the cannabis plant, is so powerful is because the active ingredient in the cannabis plant matches up with a brain chemical called endo inside cannabinoids. Yes, you can actually change your brain chemistry via ingestion of cannabinoids from the cannabis plant. You can actually affect your own endocannabinoids. As it turns out, essential fatty acids stimulate or actually act as precursors for endocannabinoids. You can make your own THC, tetrahydrocannabinol. That's the active ingredient in marijuana by making sure that you got enough essential fatty acids. All right. Let's go to Steve in Virginia, 844-236-6010. 844-236-6010 is our number. What's up, Stephen?
Hi there. Thank you. I just had kind of a general question. We were talking about fibromyalgia, and I just was wondering if you could give kind of a clarification or a good definition again on that.
Thank you so much for asking that, because that's such an important subject, Steve. And thanks for your call. Say hi to Rose, too, okay? Thank you for bringing it up. Sorry, I didn't mean to hang up on you there, Steve. Fibromyalgia, fiber muscle pain, is one of the dumbest things, dumbest diagnosis anybody could make. It's just a general symptom. Fibromyalgia, muscle pain, fibromyalgia pain, muscle fiber pain. It is, by the way, do you know 90% of people who have fibromyalgia are women, or 80%? Some huge